Plug and Be Archive.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy Big Plug and B. We back with another video, man. And for this one, we had to go ahead and tap in on this Autumn and Jace beef. It's been heating up all week, especially the last couple days, coming to a peak Wednesday night. Jace challenging Autumn to a song or diss wars on Plaque-Boy Mac's stream, but Autumn ultimately turning it down and requesting $50,000 in order to participate, with the reasoning being he's saying that they trying to come up off his name, so $50,000 should be the worth for him coming on. So for real, before we move forward, let me know who y'all think will win in a song wars, Autumn or Jace. I'ma be real, I'm sad because I know this is the best song wars competition that the underground can offer. When we rewind back to 2022, Autumn's album Antagonist, we know how he gets down in beef songs, and on beef records you get very high tier music, and Jace is constantly exercising his talent with beef songs and competition songs all the time. So ultimately I'm really sad that Autumn is requesting the $50,000 because I don't know if Plaque-Boy Mac's gonna do that. I mean, $50,000 just to come on a stream from the crib, bro, like, but who knows, man. Maybe Plaque-Boy will do it. It'll definitely be hot, and only time will tell. Now, Jace was very upset about that and decided to drop his own diss Wednesday night, which is the For Hire freestyle dissing Autumn, as well as plug legend Diego Money. Now, everybody in my comments and my DM been going crazy talking about, bro, what the fuck Diego do? Why he diss Diego? So, long story short, on Tuesday, Autumn and Jace went live together, and they was going back and forth. Diego Money was in that live watching it. Now, after the live was over, Diego Money would take to his story and talk about how he don't know why niggas go back and forth with niggas that's on paperwork, referencing Jace's alleged snitch situation where he allegedly snitched on Summers and Desire in Houston in 2022. Now, you know how Jace and his fans get down. Jace got wind of the story and would go ahead and tweet about Diego Money, saying that Diego Money want to get in on the beef and basically calling him old and just adding him in right there, you know. And he also sent Diego a DM, so acting like he wanted to smoke, etc, etc. Now, Diego would respond and go ahead and talk about how he has screenshot proof that he sent Jace his address in 2022 and Jace never pulled up, and talking about how Jace never outside. And this has been a long ongoing joke in the underground for a minute, though. I can't lie to you, man. Ever since that alleged snitch shit, Jace did become a streamer, and all his pictures, music videos, his streams, I mean, usually when people go on Plaque-Boy Mac's, they go to Plaque-Boy Mac's shit, right? This nigga actually had Plaque-Boy Mac's come to his house. He did a stream with King Mill and Babalam. They was at his house. Like, that's kind of been an ongoing joke, I ain't gonna lie, that the nigga don't really go outside. He don't do many shows. So Autumn and Diego really been running with that, like, this nigga can't even come outside type shit. So, but we gonna go ahead and start at the very beginning, because a lot of people don't even know how a lot of this stuff started off. I'm gonna refresh your brain, and I think you gonna remember right away. So we gonna rewind back to November 2024. It was a hit that came from Jace that did kind of take over the underground for a week or a month, and that being Belt Remix. On this record, he would diss Autumn, Jades, and rest in peace Houston own Dayro Baby. Now, I'm gonna be real, this record was catchy. It had the Kanye West slow jam sample in it, and it went up on TikTok. It was big throughout the underground and the Instagram pages, and just overall, I'm gonna be real with you. And even on the streams, it went up as well. It was kind of one of them songs you couldn't miss if you had an underground algorithm. Everybody got a phone with a network. So Twin Uzi's Autumn caught wind of the record, and he would respond on his story saying, you know, niggas on TikTok talking about me, but I'm on my 7th car, you know, just playing down the situation like this shit don't even really matter for real. Now, again, Jace and his fans, Jace would get wind of the story and talk about on his stream the following day how he's a real nigga and that he not no TikToker, and he would also diss Summers, saying that he was the one that used to bust clips for Autumn Lil Buddy. And this is a theme that he's been saying for months, bro. I'm gonna be real, he tries to make it seem as if when him and Summers were friends, that he was the muscle, getting like he has a story that he took Summers to get his first gun. So he been saying this stuff for a minute now, and you know, he been just dissing everybody along the way. So Autumn, in response to all this, would go ahead and take to his story again, dissing Jace, calling him a fan, because Jace actually on a song called Paget a while back shouted out Autumn, and Autumn would add the lyric to his story and also add a fan to call him a fan, just like, bro, this dude is a cornball type shit, you know what I'm saying? This would go ahead and prompt Jace to go back on his stream and drop another diss record, and that would be Don't Say That, Say This. Now, this song didn't catch wind like Belt did, but it was a hot record and people were definitely streaming it, and it still is something people stream till this day. And it's the famous line, we don't say no Diddy, we say no Autumn. So still, Autumn has not responded on record, just through these stories, and Jace seems to really take advantage of each of these times and drops a record right away. And I gotta be real with you, bro, it does seem like these beefs, he does use them as a bit of a marketing scheme at this point to me. I can't lie to y'all, I find it funny that he has a record ready right away every single time, and that's beneficial to him. He even speaks on one of the present day stories that he only has a distribution deal, so those usually lack marketing. So he finds different ways to get records hot. Now, it's a little bit odd, but I guess the music's so good I haven't really minded, because I do like beef records and stuff. So, but anyway, that would end November, other than him going on a live and bringing Can into it randomly and talking about how Can and Autumn fell out, and it was because Autumn fucked this bitch and blase, you know, just like I said, just bringing anybody into it, bro. Jace done added so many people into this beef and just don't really care at this point, and he really just bound to diss anybody. But in January, I never was hip to this story. January 2025, it's a rumor going around that Autumn got his chain snatched at a gas station, and Jace was saying that his gun got took off of him, and Jace would go on stream, or actually Instagram live, give a message to the robbers like, hey bro, whoever got that chain, I need it. You know, just trying to troll more, add fuel to the fire type shit. So with Jace using those chain snatching rumors and just the tension bubbling from January, it brings us to the modern day, the current day beef. And Autumn would drop his album Back to My Roots on March 31st, and Jace would drop his album Greenway 3 or 4 days after. Now, on this album Greenway, Jace has a song called I'll Be Damned, and he also shot a video to it. And on this song, he disses Autumn once again, referencing the chain snatching situation, talking about the chain so cheap he wouldn't even melt it down, or he would melt it down along those lines. I do think this album and this song is what prompted Twin Uzi's Autumn to start dissing him throughout the week on his story, because Autumn been tossing a lot of subliminals, bro, talking about a dude that's in a 2-bedroom apartment and how he gonna be rich even when he was peeing in a urinal. These were all subliminals to Jace. And he even would post his bill and say, you just got bodied by a singing nigga. Now, I think this was insinuating that Back to My Roots is streaming way better than Greenway, or also the Tusi situation where Jace lost the song wars to Tusi, as everyone knows. So off those subliminals brings us to Tuesday, where they just start going back and forth on their stories and eventually go live. Now, it's a lot of ranting in these stories, so to be real, I really want to summarize them up for you. But one thing to note is that Autumn does show his chain, and he says he doesn't want to go back and forth on it, and he also says no one ever took a gun off his person. So that situation is still pretty gray at this point, but he does show the chain and say the gun never got took off of him to reference that. And other than that, they pretty much are just all running their own method of what benefits them. So Autumn is saying that Jace can't mess with him on no money level, no music level, and really just want him to show his bank account, and is also saying that Jace don't come outside, as we mentioned before. And Jace is just calling Autumn the P word and trolling his manager Mike about his girlfriend doing corn, apparently. That pretty much sums most of it up. Now, there is one thing I did want to mention that I thought was crazy, and I do remember this screenshot. I couldn't find it in my camera roll, but this is definitely facts. Autumn brings up the fact when the 2022 case happened with Summers, Desire, and Jace, that Jace texted Summers for money for a lawyer. Now, I remember this screenshot. I believe Summers posted it, but I can't find it. And I believe he actually asked Summers for more money, but Summers responded and said, "I'll give you a band," which is $1,000. So that is definitely facts, bro. I put that on my soul. I definitely saw that back then, and Autumn do bring that up and talk about how he told on Summers, etc., etc. So it really just brings us to now where Jace challenges him, and as we said, with the $50,000, it definitely sounds like it's not gonna happen. And all these other people have been bought in on the beef as Jace just continues to beef with everybody and diss everybody. So yeah, man, that pretty much sums it up all. But let me know what y'all think, man. Again, who will win the Song Wars, Jace or Autumn? It's a very elite competition, and I just wish it would happen, man. I hope somehow they can make it work and work that out. But I know one thing for sure, we got more heat coming. The new music television. Plug and Be archive too. Peace out.
Plug and Be archive.